Good afternoon and welcome to Enlightened Heart Soul Connection. I'm Naoma. And what we have here this afternoon is a message regarding the Divine Feminine. The card you're looking at on your screen is Divine Mother. She's at the bottom of the deck in this spread that I'm looking at here. This card, nurturing, compassion, and grace, the Divine Mother. This reading is all about the Divine Feminine coming into alignment. What was once caged is now wild, raw, and wonderfully free. This is the Divine Feminine coming into her authentic self. We have the cards Balance and River of Blessings out here on the table. I'll try to show them on the screen. But the card Balance says stability and standing firm. Divine Feminine has alchemized and stabilized the balance of their internal masculine and feminine in such a wild and sensual way. In fact, while I'm talking about this, I'm thinking about the Secret Oracle because there's a card. And today in my travels, I was thinking about this card in that deck. It's called Radiant Sensuality. And this card represents being able to be comfortable with your sexual expression, being comfortable in your own skin, allowing the world to see you, who you are. And Divine Feminine is going through this right now. And then, I'm looking at the River of Blessings card, and this says releasing constraints. Everything that Divine Feminine used to think was a cage for them is now gone. In returning to balance within the self, blessings are going to begin flowing in for us because we stepped out of our cage. There's also the card here, Healing Earth. It says the power to give and receive healing. And I'm still brought back to that card in the Secret Oracle, that sensual, sexual, flirty, yet so balanced and so primal. The mother, the maiden, and the crone, the triple goddess. I know for me personally, Hecate has been she's been a living prayer in my life. I mean, even today, I'm wearing the triple goddess pendant around my neck. And I, too, have gone through a major transformation in the last couple of weeks. For me, this balance, this river of blessings, it came through exploring my sexuality. And we have the card Miracles, Ancient Wisdom. And I'm looking at this card and I'm seeing an owl and I'm immediately brought back to Hecate. she is the guardian of the crossroads, and she stands there with her dogs. But she also has an owl. That owl represents the wisdom and knowledge locked deep inside of us. So I'm getting a message now, something about sexuality and being able to heal our divine feminine through that sexuality. Releasing the fear of taking pleasure. Maybe some of us have been afraid of receiving pleasure. Whether that's through social programming or even trauma gifted to us from people when we were younger. There's a fear about letting go and just exploring what it means to be a woman when the lights are off. And we don't realize how much power we actually hold within our being if we just allow our masculine to explore every ounce or every inch of our body. And it all starts in the bedroom. If we're free and open and we're able to explore our fantasies and desires in a way that gives us the most pleasure, then that's sacred receiving. Then we're able to do the sacred giving outside of the bedroom. Our divine masculine becomes top priority. Are you fed? Do you need anything? How can I be of service to you? And then you take that to the bedroom and you allow him to be of service to you. There's something very powerful and healing about letting go in that way. So I want to explore this a little bit further, and I want to look at balance. I want to see what's going on here, and I'm going to use the tarot of Thoth deck. Thank you. All right, so what we have here is the Princess of Swords, the Prince of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. The Princess of Swords, this is stepping out and getting some knowledge, learning something. And of course, the Eight of Cups is about walking away. This card says indolence. So indolence with the Eight of Cups and then the Princess of Swords. These two cards came out together on the table. They flipped and they're going to stay together. This is about learning, learning about apathy, knowing something has to change and then making that change happen. Maybe we sat in our masculine energy for so long, paying the bills, making sure the kids are fed, the house is clean, the laundry's done, making sure the animals are taken care of, and not giving our men the attention that they deserved and needed and pushing them away. This is that realization. Just as you're on the brink of blowing your whole life up and walking away, you're standing on the threshold of walking out the door. In comes the Prince of Cups. And this Prince of Cups is coming with a love offer. This could be our current masculine. This could be a new masculine that wakes something up within us as we're on the brink of walking away to make that change. For me, it was the man that I've been with for the last 17 years, pretty much my whole adult life. We got together when I was 25 years old. I had 4 babies that I was raising. My husband had just left me. So I've known him for my whole life, pretty much my whole adult life. But on the flip side of that, then there was a man that came in who I've known literally my whole life, and he also brought me an offer, and I had to make a choice. So then we've got this card, the River of Blessings, and it says releasing constraints. And I'm going to go so far as to say that this most likely is about releasing control. Allowing your divine feminine to step forward and your internal masculine to take a step back when needed. But let's see. Yes. We have the Lust or Strength card. Let's see. Releasing constraints. This is interesting. And we also have the Two of Swords, making a choice. The Hermit. And the Nine of Cups. The Two of Swords says peace. So yeah, I definitely find this appropriate. Releasing constraints. This is with this Lust card out here, this is absolutely our sexuality. Submitting to our man in a way where he can allow us to give us pleasure so that way we can be worshipped. I mean, we have Divine Mother out here on the table, and this is the Priestess of Light Oracle. This is talking about the worshiping of the Divine Feminine, the Nine of Cups. We're worshiping ourselves first for that ultimate wish fulfillment, the River of Blessings. I mean, it makes so much sense, the Nine of Cups. But then there's also the Hermit out here. And with the 2 trump cards on the table, Lust and the Hermit, I feel like there was a choice that had to be made about coming out of hermit mode and to stop hiding all the healing that we've been doing and to finally share it with our men. Share it with the world. Share it with everybody about how you have emerged from your cocoon and transformed into this magnificent goddess. And we are meant to be worshipped, not put on a pedestal, but taken care of, protected. And we've made that choice to do that. We've made that choice. Healing Earth, the power to give and receive healing. Princess of Discs, the Sun, and Adjustment. So I think I will take pictures of all these cards and throw them up here in this video so it's not just a blank screen the whole time, but This Princess of Discs is standing, looking down at the earth. And then I'm brought back to the card that we're trying to clarify here, and it's healing earth. Adjustment. The balance. And then the sun, this is the clarity, the happiness, the joy, the serenity, the enlightenment. There's 2 cherubs on this card, and they're both rising toward the sun. And what really, really catches my attention here is the Cancer, the symbol for Cancer. Cancer's a water sign. I don't know much about the zodiac, but I do know that Cancers have an incredible ability to love and be loved. You know, and then I'm seeing Gemini too. There's so much growth that's happening within the collective of divine feminines that I'm talking to. You guys, we have stepped into our authenticity. We are no longer going to be pushed around because we know our power and we know our strength. And we're no longer going to hide from the world either. Me personally, I want to be able to go out into public, and even when I'm alone, I want the world to show me the love that I radiate out to it. You know, I want to put on pretty clothes and jewelry and makeup, and I want to do the girly thing now. Like, I want my man to parade me around on his arm, and I want him to show me off to everybody. I want him to send me off to the store, and I want to go into that store, and I want other men to look at me and be fucking jealous of my husband. That's the kind of power that we have as divine feminines. Yes, we're loving and nurturing and compassionate and graceful. But God damn it, goddesses like Lilith, like Sophia, like Hecate, like Aphrodite run through our veins. And we deserve no less than worshipped in the way that they're worshipped, because the divine feminine is the womb of creation. We have the ability to birth bodies for spirits to attach on this earthly plane. All right, miracles, ancient wisdom. This is our deity today, and she needs to tell us something. All right, so I'm being instructed to only take the cards that are upright on the table. We had a lot come out here. Now, because I'm just curious. Oh, yes. The 9 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the Priestess, the Prince of Swords. Okay, put those back in the deck. What we actually have out here on the table is the 6 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Discs. Six of Swords often represents that energy of moving on. We've waited for our ship to set sail, and now we're on it, and we're moving on to greener pastures. And that's because we've taken action. We've taken action to manifest this great love into our lives. It's interesting to me that it's the Knight of Discs, but the Prince of Swords, which is also a knight. We've taken control of our mind. Our mind is no longer a battlefield. We have learned that our manifestations cannot come into fruition if we are not taking action. We can't just sit around and wait for shit to get done. We actually have to get out there and get our hands dirty in order to begin the process. To begin this process of doing the work ourselves. And that's how we got there. I mean, we really did. We tapped into our intuition. We chose happiness. We chose strength. And rather quickly, oh my fucking God, we've got at the bottom of the deck the Emperor and the Empress together. Yes, we balanced our internal masculine, feminine, so that way we could have a balanced physical relationship with our partners. And divine feminine, that is how we stepped into our power. And it's no less than amazing. I've been walking on cloud 9 since last Wednesday. And yes, this relationship of 17 years that I have is it's been difficult. You guys have heard some of my stories. It's been brutal. It's been brutal, and I've been patient, but I have not been pleasant to live with. So I'm going to jump over here to the Intuitive Whispers Oracle deck. Get one final message. I'm still putting my table back together after having packed it all up when I was getting ready to blow my life out of the fucking water. I mean, I was on the threshold of moving 6 hours away from here and completely destroying Adam's life. I really took control of this situation, and I was gone. And in the process of talking to another man, the man that I was going to go move with, I lost my friendship with Adam. And I just wanted to take some time to really try to regain friendship with him and realize everything in one moment. Such a short moment, my whole world crashed down. It almost imploded. Actually, it did implode. My whole world imploded. And I was sitting on the phone with my ex-husband talking about our son, and everything came flashing right before my eyes. It was like a literal death. They say that, when you die, the whole, your whole life flashes before your eyes. And I had that moment. I had that moment of clarity that happened so fast. It was a death and a rebirth in seconds. And from that moment on, all I wanted to do was serve my man. It's all I wanted to do. All right, what is one final message that we can get for the collective? I feel like this has been long enough. Gift yourself. And at the bottom of the deck is spacious mind and soul. Presence. Presence. If you guys aren't familiar with Eckhart Tolle, look him up. There's something profound that happens when we start to sit aside and live in the present. Not thinking about yesterday. We're not dwelling on tomorrow, but right now. All right, let's read Spacious Mind and Soul. That's number 21. We're not made of solid matter. We're made up of millions of atoms, and those atoms are 99.9% empty space. It's within that space that creativity and the feeling of spaciousness appear. We have two sides of our brains, the creative and the analytical. When you're overthinking, stressed, or problem solving, your creativity and feeling of spaciousness are limited. In order for your soul's creativity to emerge, you must prioritize cultivating space and stillness. It sounds simple, but it takes effort to find the time for space. With so many distractions designed to keep us in our analytical side of the mind, you have to set time aside for stillness in order to tap back into the endless space that lies beyond. You can't use your mind to create a feeling of spaciousness. Instead, you have to rest into it. What can you do to dedicate time to yourself right now? And that brings us into this gift yourself. What is the best gift that you have ever received? What was it about the gift that made it so special? Maybe the gift made you feel loved, seen, and understood. We all love receiving gifts, but it can also feel joyful to give a thoughtful gift to someone else, spending time and effort thinking about what they would love. What would you gift yourself with that same level of love and thoughtfulness? What do you desire in this moment? Here's your chance to give it to yourself, a gesture of self-love, because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. You know, and that's ultimately what this whole journey is about anyway. The whole reason why we're here on this planet at this time right now. You know, I've been talking to Spirit for several months and have finally come to the conclusion that, you know, we're all source. We're all source. We all are creative, empowered beings. We are creation and we are resurrection, especially today, thinking about Easter. You know, our resurrection is our ascension, truly. But as the divine feminine, we are here as the spiritual leaders for our divine masculines. And we have to get through this journey first. We have to heal so that way we can hold space for their healing. But it's all about us. It's always about us first. It's never about them. We can't make any of this about anybody else. It's only ourselves that we can work on. And being present, having a spacious mind and soul, being present is how we're going to anchor that light for our masculine. Yep, sometimes we've got to be downright rude and disrespectful to get them to see the point, but we're coming from a space of love now. We're not coming from a space of unhealed trauma and projecting. So gift yourself today. Gift yourself today a moment of presence and self-care. Self-care can look like anything. It can look like taking a bath, reading a book, writing in your journal, sitting with your tarot cards. So whatever that looks like for you guys today, gift yourself and live now. Don't live for yesterday or tomorrow. And I love you. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. It's fitting because Inanna is me and I am she. And this is her holiday. All right, ladies, I love you. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.